3 on how to maintain your tank. This part's all going to be about how to feed your fish. If you haven't seen my last 2 videos, then you should probably check them out because they make a whole lot more sense. So first, I'm using tropical flakes from Tetra O for my gouramis and all my other fish, like this. There's lots of other fish foods you can choose from, but I'm just using this because it's tropical and these fish are tropical. So the angelfish don't eat as much of these because the store usually feeds them frozen bloodworms like these. And so they're just used to this, so they still eat them just a little bit, but barely eat them. So there's 2 ways to feed your fish. One is called floating them. Floating them is when basically you just put them gently on the top. You can't do that with flakes because the flakes are very light and thin. They'll just stay at the top unless if they get soggy and start sinking, but you can do that with bloodworms. Sinking is when you put it high up and then you start pouring it, that the worms start going underwater. Worms or any other food, they start going underwater. The frozen bloodworms, they come in little cubes. I put them in the same tank, in the same water the tank is using, and then I put the bloodworms in. I let them thaw for like 15 minutes, and then I rinse them once, and then I just let them sit for like 2-3 minutes, and then I start feeding. So let's see the feeding in action. So you see, you want to slowly open the tank, and then you just want to sprinkle the food in on several parts of the tank, like this. With the bloodworms, you could also do that, like just slowly. So this is floating them. You want to keep the cup just on top of the water so the fish can like reach it. Even the angelfish start doing it, and they just nip at the cup, and you want to just like leave it there. And then there's sinking also, which is when you put it at a height and then you drop it down. See, the bloodworms are floating down. Now the fish are eating at a distance. So usually I would like to use the sinking method and sometimes the floating method. So sometimes, like I said, overfeeding is not good. So sometimes you just want to put half the cup of the bloodworms and just leave the rest. So when you do that, basically they just end up eating all the things in the filter. You want to decrease the filter to low so any of the food doesn't get stuck. And then after they're done eating, you just want to turn the filter back on high so any excess food will get sucked up. And that's the ending of part 3, my last video on how to maintain your fish tank. If you followed all my videos, you are now ready and you can care for your fish forever.